am 24 years old and I am currently from Corpus Christi, Texas. I am a professional graphic designer, I am an entrepreneur, I am a vocalist, and I am also a professional makeup artist. I started performing and singing when I was 9 years old. My parents actually would have somebody that would just come to our house and they would pay them to teach us vocal lessons. And I remember being a kid and I absolutely hated it, and I hated rehearsing. Now, even though that's not something that I do, I'm super appreciative because a lot of the vocal techniques that we were taught back then really do help me a lot now, and they really do apply to what I do now. Over the years, I also got training in jazz, I also got training in musical theater, as well as contemporary and pop. I think now being able to find my sound in that kind of like R&B, acoustic, jazz, blues sound, it's all kind of just like come full circle. I think one of the biggest inspirations for me with performing, that rush of getting on stage, that just feeling of like feeling alive and feeling like you can kind of jump out of whatever else you might be going through for that, 5 minutes that you're on stage. I love what I do. I love to sing. Some of my biggest inspirations for singing would probably be, without a doubt, coming from South Texas, coming from Corpus Christi, Selena Quintanilla, and watching her performances in the movie and different things like that, and just being so captivated on how this one person can just completely enamor an entire stadium full of people, and her voice especially. And I think also too, I'm very much influenced by people who are very big vocalists. I've always been a huge fan of Whitney Houston. I remember watching her in The Bodyguard and then Cinderella and The Preacher's Wife, thinking like, wow, I would love one day to be on that level and have that kind of power behind my vocals. And I think too, I'm also very much influenced by people like Bruno Mars and Sam Smith and Lady Gaga and Amy Winehouse and Adele. Those people who have so much soul and so much depth to their voice that it just breaks your heart whenever you hear them sing.
You'll find a drinking at the table, rolling dice or staying out till 3. You won't never find her being faithful. You will find her next to me. You won't find a try.
I think if I was to be given the chance to make it onto The Voice, I think without a doubt what I would want is to have my moment to be able to showcase what I've got and all the things that I've kind of worked for over the years. And not even just as a vocalist, but also to be able to share my story, be able to outreach to somebody who might be on the verge of giving up on their dreams, because I've definitely been there before, and I've had moments before where, life just threw so much at me, and I thought for that split second, I was like, it's just never gonna happen for me. And I was blessed with many opportunities that things just did actually fall into place at the right time. So I think having that platform to be able to outreach to other people, to be like, you know what, don't give up, like keep going, because I promise you in the long run it's gonna be worth it. I'm a huge believer that right around the corner, right after your breakdown, your breakthrough is right there around the corner. You just have to hold on for a little bit longer. I feel like I have what it takes to win The Voice, not so much even just as a vocalist, but as an entertainer. I feel like I have a lot of versatility. I feel like I have a sense of relatable qualities that a lot of people can be like, hey, I've been there, I've done that before, or I've gone through that before too. And I feel like, quite honestly, I feel like there hasn't been anybody like me on the show yet, so why not try it out now? When I'm in a performance and I'm on stage, usually what goes through my mind is there's somebody out there in that audience who really needs to hear this right now and is having a really hard time. They're just going through something, and I just feel like that's my opportunity to kind of like pull something out of somebody, for somebody to feel something, whether it's happy or whether it's sad or whether it's, you know, angry or whether it's just some kind of emotion. I feel like when, as entertainers, when we get on stage, our job is not just to, you know, stand in the limelight and just like be like, oh, look at me, I'm so talented. I think it's so much more than that. I think it's so much deeper than that. I almost feel like as if that gift that you have is to go out there and help somebody else. I have terrible anxiety, but I think in going on stage, in some weird way, the anxiety that I have just throughout the day is almost diminished, because it's like I get to be somebody else for that time that I'm on stage. My family has been, over the years, definitely extremely supportive of me singing. You know, they were the ones who pushed me and they were the ones who motivated me when I was a kid, because I used to get teased a lot whenever I would do talent shows, and I used to get bullied and people would make fun of me, and I was always really scared of what other people were gonna think of me. And I'll always remember my dad just kind of like pushing me to do it and be like, you have such a great voice, like why do you care what other people think, just like get out there and just do it. And so that's kind of something that I've always just carried with me. And you know, even now as an adult, like getting to go out and do gigs and do shows and performances, they may not always be able to make it to the show, but I do know that they're definitely there with me in spirit, and their support that they've instilled in me is still very much relevant to now as an adult.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me and tell me no lies. Just hold me closely, but don't patronize. Don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't, and you can't make your heart feel something that it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart, I will feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. If you don't, yes. Oh, oh. I close my eyes, 'cause then I don't see the love you don't feel when you're home with me. And morning will come and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't, and you can't make your heart feel something that it won't. And here in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart, I will feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. If you don't, yeah, yeah. You, if you don't, yeah. And I hate to say I love you when it's so hard for me. And I hate to say I need you when you made it so clear you don't want me. Though I'd never ask you, 'cause deep down I'm certain I know what you'd say. You'd say I'm sorry, believe me, I love you, but not in that way. And I hate to say I want you, 'cause I'm so reliant, I'm so dependent, I'm such a fool. When you're not there, I find myself singing the blues. Can't bear, can't face the truth. You will never know that feeling. You will never see through these eyes. Though I'd never ask you, 'cause deep down I'm certain I know what you'd say. You say I'm sorry, believe me, I love you, but not in that way. You said I'm sorry, believe me, I loved you, but not in that way.
Thank you so much, NBC The Voice, for watching this video. My name is Reyna. I really hope to hear from you guys. I am super excited and optimistic to see where this video audition may take me. Who knows, I might just be the next contestant on this season of The Voice.